Happy Monday and good morning. I am giving you all just a little bit of time here so you can pop on. I think it's going to be a good one today. I think it's going to be a good one today. And it could be because, I'm rocking off of just about maybe 3 hours of sleep. But I think it's going to be a good one today. And if you are completely brand new to my channel, let me say hello, good morning, happy Monday from Guangzhou, China, and welcome to Dr. Charity TV. My name is Dr. Charity C. Campbell, better known as Dr. C, and I am a doctor of management, a multi-passionate entrepreneur, an organization development and leadership specialist who loves helping creative professionals, especially millennials, unlock their full potential and create the life of their dreams. And today, today I'm going to be talking about the strength to survive. So stay tuned. All right. And once again, good morning. If you are tuning in, y'all, I'm going to look over here today. I generally don't, try to look over to the side too much, but I am going to look over here today. Let me try to position my mic a little bit differently. Give me one moment here. I'm going to position my mic because I want to be able to see the comments. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Okay. I put the comments over here. Let me know where you are tuning in from. And say hello. If you are watching on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, I don't know if you can actually say hi, like where you're tuning in from Twitter and it comes up. But if you are from LinkedIn or from YouTube or Facebook, I can see that. So go ahead and let me know where you are tuning in from. I definitely would love to hear from you. And today has been quite interesting. Today has been quite interesting. Actually, the past couple of weeks or so have been really interesting. And I was reading this morning devotional. Hey, from Waco, Texas, y'all. My sister from another mister. My sister from another mister is here. Hey, K. Joe, I'm so happy to see you, boo. Waco, Texas in the house. This sounds like a great episode. Hey, from YouTube. That's my mama, y'all. Y'all know my mama is my number one supporter. Okay. Y'all just don't know. Hey, boo. All right. So we got Waco, Texas, and we have Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina in the house. Let us know where you all are tuning in from. Even if you're watching the replay, I want to hear from you. Now, listen, I was reading this devotional in the midst of all the things that I have going on. And it spoke to me so much. The story did. And I said, well, I have to share the story because the revelation that came out of the story was the thing that got me. Okay. The revelation that came out of the story was the thing that got me. So I'm going to share this story with you. And normally I like to have slides and things that are up, but I didn't prepare any slides today because I said I want to speak, not saying that I don't speak from the heart usually, but I said I want to be able to just flow with whatever God gives me on today for this. So let me share the story with you. So one day a little boy came across a butterfly trying to break out of its cocoon. And the little boy decided to help the struggling butterfly. But after tearing the cocoon open, he discovered that the butterfly inside was shriveled up and weak. It was so frail that it actually died. What the child didn't realize was that pushing against the cocoon was a necessary part of the butterfly's development. Without the struggle that the cocoon provided, the butterfly didn't have the strength to survive when it actually emerged. Now that was the story. Okay, that was the story that was shared. Now while I'm reading that, okay, and for all of, for all of my believers, I know y'all feeling something. I know y'all feeling something from the revelation just from listening to the story. Let me read you the part that really had me to scream. Okay, let me just read the part that really had me to scream here. What the child didn't realize, the child was just like, oh, here's a butterfly struggling. Let me help it get out of the cocoon. It's trapped in this cocoon. It wants to be free. But the thing is, the child didn't realize that the struggle inside of the cocoon was the very thing that was necessary for the butterfly to be able to increase its strength and its stamina and its survival skills for outside of the cocoon. Without the struggle that this container, this cocoon provided, the butterfly wasn't yet ready for its next transition. It wasn't ready for the next stage. It wasn't ready for what was to come after the struggle. If you, whew, listen, the struggle is what gives us the strength to survive. I feel my help coming, and I only had 3 hours of sleep, y'all. Can I say it again? I want you to type it in the chat. If you're watching live, type that in the chat. If you're watching on the replay, type that in the chat. I feel my help. I feel my help. The struggle is what gives us the strength to survive. How many times, entre leaders and supporters, how many times, ladies and gentlemen, do we pray and ask God to stop the struggle or to remove us from situations where it seems like we just can't get it together? We be like, Lord, this job, I'm trying everything that I can. I'm not surviving. I'm not excelling. I'm being looked over for, transition. I'm being looked over for promotion. I'm being looked over. God, this business is not taking off the way that I thought I would. Now I know I heard you with the business, but it's not really taking off like I thought I would. Lord, this relationship ain't really working out. Like I'm stuck in this cocoon. Like I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's going on. Listen. Woo! She said, get out of my business. Listen, I'm just here as a servant. Hey, Coco Chanel, I'm just here as a servant. Listen, so many times we pray and ask God to move us out, to take away the struggle, to get us out of the container of struggle, the situation of struggle. Yet all the while, what he's trying to do is strengthen us. He's trying to strengthen us in the process and increase our survival skills. Let me tell you something, honey, what you are trying to get out of may be the very thing that is going to empower you for the next level of your life, for the next dimension of your life. My mom and them said, Lord, help me, Lord, to make it through the struggle to obtain new strength. Listen, that's what it's about. That butterfly, and we always talk about how beautiful the butterfly is. Let's talk about this transformation real quick, okay? Because when the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, it's nasty. Y'all know them caterpillar. I used to love playing with caterpillars when I was a kid. But they were ugly. Caterpillars are not cute. Okay, they all kinds of ugly, and they go into this metamorphosis, this transformation, this transition, so that they can come out better, so they can come out changed, they can come out different. But listen, it's in that cocoon. It's in that cocoon that they go from disqualified to qualified. I'm coming for you today. It's in the cocoon that they go from from not as beautiful. I mean, let's just call it what it is. It's ugly, okay? They go from ugly easily, easily to they go from crawling. Hmm. We're just gonna talk about it. They go from crawling to that fighting, that struggle to so that they can get to another level. Y'all, they start out on the ground, then they go into this cocoon and they have to struggle so that they can get strength, so that when they come out, they never have to crawl again. They can fly. Baby, let me ask you something. What is it that you are trying to avoid in the cocoon of your life? What is it that you are trying to avoid in that situation that you're like, listen, I'm trying to see the light. I'm trying to break out. I'm trying to get out. It's just hard. I can't do it. Lord, take this cup from me. Y'all be like Jesus over here. Lord, take this cup from me. And then y'all forget to add in the part where Jesus said, yet not my will, but thy will. We don't say that, do we? We be like, Lord, take this cup. Take this cup. Take all of it. I don't want not now a bit of the cup. I don't want the little drop in the cup. I don't want any part of the cup. And the Lord is like, yeah, but it's in the cup. It's in the cocoon. It's in this that you have the strength to survive. Baby, you got to develop that strength. You have to develop the strength, and the strength comes from the struggle. How do I know? Y'all know how many times I have struggled in life, and you know how many times in the future it's like every time you are about to be elevated or to go to another level, there's going to be some form of struggle. And the problem that many of us face, listen, is if this is helping you, let me know in the comments, because I want to put your comments up here today. Okay, I'm here. I am here today. I feel like I am prophetically walking over somebody's toes today. More than just Kjo, more than just Kristen. Listen here. Before you can go to another level, before you can transition, before you come out of your cocoon as the beautiful butterfly, before you come out looking completely different, okay? Hey, House of Amanda. Hey, gorgeous. Before you can come out completely different, you got to go through the struggle. Your struggle, though, see, what you have to make sure you do is you don't compare your struggle to somebody else's struggle. Because when you take your eyes, do you realize that the cocoon is an isolated event? I'm finna throw something in this house today. Huh? Do you realize that the cocoon is an isolated event? It's not 4 or 5 or 6 caterpillars going into one cocoon. I'm going to wait. Woo, Jesus. It's not a group thing. This is not a collective transformation. Whew. When you are about, y'all, I feel my help coming. Help me, Jesus. Look, I'm gonna put my mama comment up here. I feel my help. I feel it too, baby. Listen, when you are about to be launched into the next season of your life, the next chapter of your life, this is not a collective effort. This is not, I'm bringing my whole gang with me. I'm bringing all my friends. No, it's not. It's not. You're crazy. This is why caterpillars go into a cocoon. But now you can see a whole bunch of caterpillars. They could be walking around. They could be doing all of that stuff. But honey, by the time it's time for them to go into their cocoon, all by myself. That's exactly what they are. By themselves. Who are you trying to take into your cocoon because you're afraid to struggle by yourself? I'm going to wait because I need to cough for a second. It ain't COVID. It ain't COVID. I just need to cough right there for a second. Who are you trying to take into the cocoon with you because you're afraid of the struggle, because you're afraid of the fight, because you're afraid of what's coming next? Huh? He will and he does. Listen, who are you? And that's from LinkedIn. Hey, boo. Who are you trying to take with you into your next chapter, your next season, your next journey? And listen, some of your struggle is coming because you're trying to take people with you. Honey, last year was a year of freedom for me. Last year, I let go of relationships that didn't serve me anymore, that I could no longer serve them. I let go of associations. I let go of job positions. I let go of people, places, and things so that when I walked into what I thought was my next chapter, when I started walking into what I thought was my next chapter, I wasn't thinking about whether or not I would have somebody else's approval. It wasn't a group decision. It wasn't like, oh, we making this decision together. No, honey. When you go into that cocoon, what you have to develop into, what you are transforming into in the cocoon is so when you come out, you'll be strong enough to survive all of the elements. Think about it. Butterflies could fly in the rain if they wanted to. I mean, they got wings. Butterflies can do whatever they want to above ground. I mean, and it's not as easy to catch a butterfly as it is a caterpillar. If you think about that, like a caterpillar, they're not fast. They just be literally, they be so slow. You just be looking at them like, God, you ain't get that far yet. But a butterfly just be fluttering all around, moving, doing what it needs to do because it now has the strength to survive the elements. When it was in a cocoon, it did not. So again, I ask you, what are you asking God to take from you? What struggle are you asking God to be, I don't want this anymore. And he's like, okay, are you sure? Because it's in the cocoon that your strength is built. He is so wise and powerful that he keeps us in the cocoon until we are strong enough to break through and simply fly out of the struggle. Not crawl, not walk, not limp. Fly out of the struggle. You ever think about it? Once a butterfly is strong enough, they break free out of the cocoon and they just fly out. Yet, in the story that I shared, the little boy was like, "Let me help this butterfly. Let me help the butterfly. I'm going to tear the cocoon. I'm going to break the cocoon. I'm going to help it." And then realizing that the butterfly wasn't strong enough to come out yet. Be careful not to come out of your struggle before your time. I know nobody likes to struggle. Who wants struggle? Who wants to just openly be in a struggle? Especially when it comes to the promise, the thing that you are believing that you are supposed to have in your hands. The thing that you are believing you're supposed to walk into. The thing that you are believing is like your next. Man, listen. I want to decree and declare that you are about to fly out of some things, but don't try to end your struggle before it's time. Don't try to break out of that cocoon before it's time. If you do, you're not going to be strong enough to survive the elements that's on the other side of the cocoon. You're not going to be able to survive the storms. You're not going to be able to survive the winds. You're not going to be able to survive, being able to duck and dodge and all of that. Listen, honey. Thank you, mama. My mama said this is good. If y'all agree with my mama, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Let me know. My mama said that this is so good. Thank you, mama. Listen, whatever you are in right now, I know it's tough. Oh my God. I know it's tough. I know it's painful. I know it's exhausting. Listen, struggle is exhausting. It's because you get tired of fighting. You get tired of fighting. You get tired of fighting people. You get tired of fighting ideas. You get tired of fighting. Hey, my cousin from Jersey. We got Jersey in the house. You get tired of fighting people's opinions. You get tired of fighting the old you. You get tired of fighting laziness. You get tired of fighting doubt. Man, listen, the struggle is real. I haven't said this the whole time. The struggle is real. Tired. Sis, I feel you. I know you get tired. But guess what? Baby, if you just hang in there, God is sending me to you all today so that you can know it's where you are getting these survival skills. You don't know what's on the you know there's a promise, but you don't know the magnitude of the promise and also the elements that come with the promise. Listen, if you get out of it so fast, if you get out of it too fast right now, hey, from Liberty, North Carolina, if you get out of it too fast, you are not going to be ready. You are not going to be ready. I'd rather be ready and have renewed strength on the other side of struggle than to get out of it too fast and not survive. Listen, you mean to tell me I go through part of the struggle just to get out of it prematurely and then have to go back all over again? Who finna do that? Who finna do that? Yes, y'all. Listen, I am educated in all of that, but listen, sometimes you just got to get real rap raw. Who finna get out of a struggle prematurely just so I have to go back again? Y'all, I don't have time to waste. I don't know about you, but I value time. I value time more than I value money right now. Honey, if it's something that will save me money and I can spend money, save me time and I can spend money on it, listen, I'm going to pay for this so that it can save me time over here. Let's work together. Time is a valuable commodity. And the more we waste it by trying to get out of a situation prematurely, by trying to come out of a struggle when we're really not ready, those survival skills haven't been developed yet, then we find ourselves having to go back and start it all over. Now, it might be in a different location. You might be starting the same struggle in a different position, a different location, in a different relationship, a different person, a different client, but it's the same struggle. And you be like, why do I keep going through this? What? And God's like, well, did you actually go through the whole cocoon phase the last time? Or did you ask me to take it away? Did you go through it? Or did you just try to be like, I'm done? Listen, make sure that this is going to sound real crazy. I'm going to say it anyway. Should I say it? I'm going to say it anyway. Make sure you find a way to enjoy your struggle. It's taboo. It's taboo. I just lost some of y'all right there. Find a way to enjoy your struggle. What do I mean by that? When I'm going through, you're not going to steal my joy. That's number one. Find a way to enjoy the struggle. Listen, I have that mentality where I'm like, listen, if I got to be here, I might as well be here and smile. I might as well be here and find something that's going to make me laugh. If I have to go through this now so I don't have to go through it later, I'm not trying to miss. The cocoon is a qualifying process. Let me finish this right now. And it's painful. Like we said, it's exhausting. Who wants to keep going through this over and over and over again? I don't. So okay. So instead of praying, Father, take this cup from me, or Lord, end this struggle, end it. Say, God, help me develop those survival skills. And if we could do it a little bit quicker, that's perfectly fine. But don't let me leave this level. Don't let me leave this situation. Don't let me leave where I am right now prematurely without acquiring all of the survival skills that I'm supposed to gain, so that once I get out of this cocoon, once I get out of this situation, I am able to survive any element that comes my way. I am able to survive anything that comes my way. I'm not even thinking about the people the same way that I were before. The same way that I thought about people and cared about people's opinions before, or I'm not thinking that way when I come out, because I just survived the whole cocoon by myself. I just survived without having a whole group. I didn't survive because of group think. I didn't survive because I said, well, what you think I should do about, or what you think about that, or what you think about my situation? No, That's why I was in the cocoon. So I could hear only the voice that I needed to hear. I could hear the voice of positivity. I could hear the voice of the Lord. I could hear the voice of change, because not everybody's going to understand your struggle. I'm trying to end this thing. I'm going to be ending soon, hopefully, but I got to let you know, you can't be listening to everybody's voice in this cocoon. You cannot afford to be asking people for their input. Now, if of course, I believe in mentors. I believe in wise counsel. I believe in advisors. I believe that God will put the right people in your life. But please make sure that you're not asking same level people about next level things. Did you say that, Lord? Did y'all hear that? Don't you be asking same level people about next level revelation, next level things, next level qualification. They on the same level. So how they gonna know? Huh? Okay, we got an amen and we got a wow. Don't do it. And could it be that you're in the struggle and you've been in the struggle as long as you have been because you are still conversing with same level people about next level things? How you gonna come up? How are you going to climb up? How are you going to progress? How are you going to graduate? How are you going to evolve if you're still same level? Same level. And please don't be one of the people who you think that if I grow and if I go to the next level, if I go through this cocoon, the struggle, and I survive and I get to the promise on the other side, that, well, I'm going to miss out on all my friends and my family that's on the same level I'm at right now. Honey, oh, Jesus, Lord have mercy. My mama said that's a tweet. Listen here. God has associations for you in every area and level of your life. Okay. I'm speaking to my relational people right now because I am highly relational, highly to a fault. Okay. You cannot hang on to same level relationships, associations, connections, positions, people for fear of not having those that same type of feeling and connection and relationship on the next level. You are not going to be alone in the next level of your life. You're not going to be alone in the next dimension. You're not going to be alone in your next position. You're not going to be alone in your next city, your next country. You are not. God has new connections and associations. He's already been preparing for you, but he's just waiting for you to want them. Honey, moving to China was one of the best things. Now, I honestly, I thought I was only going to be here for a year. 5 years later. This is China chapter 5 for me. But I'm so grateful that the relationships and the associations and the connections that I have made in the past 5 years have helped me to develop in a way that I would have not developed had I stayed in the States. Yeah, I might have been successful and I might have been doing other things, but I wouldn't have become the woman that I am today. And I'm so excited because my China chapter is coming to an end. And I am preparing to move on to the next chapter in my life. Y'all, as I'm closing this China chapter, there's so much strength that is being renewed in my life. There's so many amazing relationships and associations and all the things that I am absolutely loving right now about where I am in life. And I am happy to close this chapter. The Bible truly does say better is the end of a thing. Y'all, I thought I was only going to be here for 1 year. China has been the biggest cocoon of my life. China has been one of the biggest and greatest cocoons of my life. Let me tell you why. Hey, Lavinia, where has the time gone? Exactly. Boo, I've been here for 5 years. It's like I stepped off the plane in Shanghai, took a train to Hangzhou in 2017. I blinked a couple times, and now I'm in Guangzhou in 2022. I really don't understand why time is going so fast. But let me just tell you that this cocoon, the problem Oh, can I be honest? Y'all, I feel like I'm telling y'all all my business right now. I did right. I really did enlarge my territory. And the thing is, I wouldn't have I don't fe- I'm sure I wouldn't have gained survival skills or the strength to survive without the support of my family. The support of my family. Like I told you, my mom is like my number one supporter. If I didn't have the support of my family with this whole transition, this move to China, and then staying in China, and now the next move, the next chapter, I wouldn't have been able to successfully survive my China chapter. Here's the thing. It here in China, uh, and many of you know this from when I first arrived, because I was trying to keep up and still do my live streams and all the things like that. But really, I just got tired. I got tired of it. I got tired of everything. And I needed to hide. I just wanted to be normal. I didn't want to be a leader. I just wanted people to think that I was just simply an English teacher, which did not happen, by the way. That did not work out too well because people always question. They were like, but you have a doctorate. Yeah, I do. But so you're just an English teacher? Yeah. Yeah, that's but so why are you here in China? Stop asking me all these questions. Huh? I'm just trying to be normal. I'm just trying to be average. And you asking me too many questions now. Which Chinese people do. They are very inquisitive. It's actually annoying to to a fault. Asking me all of these questions, and I'm like, can you leave me alone? Huh? Please, can you leave me alone? Stop asking me questions. I'm just trying to be hidden. And it's kind of like, oh Lord, help me, Jesus. Are you really about to go there? It's kind of like when Jesus told Peter that he was going to deny him 3 times before the before the cock crowed 3 times, right? And people kept saying, hey man, ain't you that dude that was with Jesus? And Peter was like, nah. Move on to the next one. Someone said, surely you was that dude that was over there. And Peter was like, I said, nah, man. What why y'all on me? Can y'all just leave me alone? I'm just over here trying to blend in with the crowd. And the third time, he was like, Peter just started cussing and was like, listen now, I said I'm not. And then that's when the cock crowed. And here it's, I believe it's in Luke. In Luke, it gives us one of the most dramatic and painful exchanges, these glances between Jesus and Peter. When after the prophecy came true, Peter looks and sees, and it was like, how you could feel somebody staring at you. It was like Jesus was looking right at Peter to say, I told you. And that's when Peter just breaks down, right? Y'all, that was like me. I got here and people were asking me questions. They was like, so you just the English teacher? And I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I moved to another city. So you're just the English. Why are you asking me the question? I'm just like Peter, like saying yes, because I'm not trying to be revealed yet. I'm burnt out. I was burnt out in the States. I just want to come. I don't want to be in a leadership position. I just want to be can I just be average? Can I just be normal? Can I just be a regular person? Clearly not. Clearly not. And the thing is, my cocoon, the struggle intensified, not the external factors. Y'all, I became comfortable in my cocoon. That's a problem right there, y'all. That's a whole another live stream. I became comfortable in my cocoon because I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to perform for people. I didn't even have to show up. Y'all, I allowed myself, she said, definitely not. I can't be no average or normal. I didn't have to show up. I didn't have to do a live stream. I didn't have to preach. I didn't have to prophesy. I didn't need to pray. I didn't need to fast. Well, I still prayed, but I didn't need to fast. I didn't need to I didn't need to be a leader. I didn't. I didn't have to. I could just miserably be average. It's a terrible thing when you're trying to be ordinary and average and you become miserable. That's what some of y'all trying to do right now because you called to more and you're like, let me just sit back. All right. Take it from somebody who is completely out of her cocoon and flying around. I'm floating like a butterfly, stinging like a bee. Pray for me. Y'all know I'm crazy. Let me tell you something. I remember in 2020, it was 2019, really, 2019, 2020, when the Lord started dealing with me and said, your time in China is coming to an end. I was like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever. That's this me in 2019, 2020. Yeah, okay, sure, whatever. And then I go back to the States for a period of time. And my loved ones and people in ministry. First of all, my godmother. Y'all, let me tell you something. If y'all don't have a godmother like Tanya Goins and a mother like Sherelle Campbell, y'all missing out on life. That Tanya Goins, hey boo, hey Tina, that Tanya Goins is a good that right there. She told me, she said, this was in year 1, year 2. She said, well, Charit, she calls me Charit. No why. She's like, Charit, you're probably only going to be in China for about 3 years, 3 to 5 years, maybe 3 years. I said, I don't think so. This is usually how our conversations go, right? She be speaking and I'd be like, I don't really think so. I stopped doing that now because I realized she actually knows what she be talking about. That okay. And so when she said it, when she told me, hopefully y'all are not freezing up here. I'm sorry about that, y'all. I'm in China. That's why this China chapter finna close, so we ain't got to worry about blocked services, huh? So we ain't got to worry about YouTube being blocked. Thank you, Lord, because that's frustrating right there. But so when she told me, she said you're going to be you're going to be in China for X amount of time. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna be here and then go. And then I started getting real comfortable in my cocoon. And I started hearing people, people were telling me, prophesying, your time in China's coming up. Your time in China's coming up. I'm like, okay. Look, Lord, I hear people saying all of this stuff. Just give me at least 5 years. I said, after 5, I won't try to stay any longer. And because I was so comfortable where I was in Dalian, China, y'all, Dalian, China is one of the most beautiful places in the world. Do you hear me? It's one of the most beautiful places in the world. It had everything that I love. It had mountains, it had beaches and sea, it had universities, it had city, it had like little nature and everything. And I'm just like, this is the place to settle. This is the place of settlement right here. But the only problem was everything that is needed for the next chapter in my life wasn't in Dalian. But I was willing to stay in my comfort zone because there's a certain standard of living that I had already, accomplished. There was a certain community that I had built that I'm like, hey, these are my friends. These are my people, my colleagues. I love it here. And God was like, whoo, she too comfortable. She is too comfortable. It's time for me to shake some things up. And he did with COVID. Oh, honey, he shook so much stuff up last year. Y'all, I was so confused. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, Lord, none of this makes sense. And it was at that point in time where I was like, because I've gotten too comfortable. And God knows that I would be trying to stay here year 6, year 7, year everything else. And I would ultimately forfeit the call. I would ultimately forfeit the purpose and the destiny. I would ultimately become rusty. Yeah, I started doing a little bit more. I did. I started coming back doing my podcast faithfully. Thankfully, I started doing live streams faithfully. I started doing all those things coming back, but I was still comfortable. I was too comfortable in my cocoon. So God had to shake my cocoon up and switch me over into Guangzhou, China, a city where I said I would never live, because this is called like Little Africa. I said I would never live here, and here I am. And I said, okay, God, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here until 2023. Till 2023, that is my plan. I'm here for business. Y'all, when I tell you COVID has jacked so much stuff up here, and if I have to show my green health code one more time, y'all, you got to show a green health code just to breathe. It is annoying. And the sooner, see, I'm really telling my business now. The sooner you get ready to come out of a situation, the more agitated about stuff you get. Is it just me? Let me know in the comments. Is it just me? When you know that you're about to end a thing, when a chapter in your life is about to come to end, like you start things that you would let slide before, like you just get real agitated And you be like, okay, you know what? I about had enough of this now. I'm about had enough of this. Y'all, my mentee from Zimbabwe is here. Hey, baby girl. Hey, thank you. Thank you. My mentee from Zimbabwe is here. Let me see. My sis said it's not just you. Let me tell you something, sis. I get so annoyed and frustrated at things that I was okay with before. Ah, oh, listen. Things that I was okay with before. Knowing that this chapter is coming to a close, I was just like, oh, yeah, this is China. That's literally, you can go and you can talk to any foreigner. And my mentee, Anesu, who just said, I feel you. She used to live here in China. She used to live in Shanghai. Listen, you ask any foreigner about the things that really agitate us and frustrate us about being here, and you try to ask us to explain it, the only explanation we can give you is this is China. And when I tell you I've had to say this is China, Charity, you better hang in there. You better hold on. Don't you let the end of this chapter get you messed up because you are getting frustrated and agitated. Huh? My mama said the agitation comes in volume, big volumes. And I'm telling you, even just yesterday, like just for the past couple of days and weeks, I'm like, you know what? But I'm finna leave this country, so I'm all right. I'm not even worried about it. I'm finna leave. This whole struggle, this whole cocoon, breaking out of it because I was too comfortable in it. So basically, I moved to this city, and I just knew that business was really going to take off. You know, shoe line, clothing line, hairline, because y'all know, hello, let's get this red popping all over the place. Everything, desires, like, oh, this is Guangzhou is the place for that. Guangzhou is the place where business people come and they're able to thrive. Not during a pandemic though. Honey, so many shops and things are closed down. It's ridiculous. And I'm just like, well, I know you told me to move here. And then I had to realize that God wasn't telling me specifically. You know how God can move you into a place? I feel like he be tricking you sometime. Like, I feel like he tells you that you're going here for one thing, and then you get there and he be like, okay, now that you're here, let me really tell you why you're here. Is it just me on that? Because some of y'all might be like, God wouldn't do that. Maybe not the one that you have a relationship with, but mine, because he knows how I am. He know I can be a bit stubborn sometimes. I feel like he like dangles that carrot in front of me to get me to where I need to be. And then once I get there, I'll be like, okay, God, where the stuff at? I'm here. I'm ready for it. He'd be like, see, what had happened was, I just needed you to move. I just needed to get you moving again so that when you got to the place where I want to show you, I can really do what I want to do. And he moved me here to Guangzhou for the next level of my life. He moved me here for here, the community that God has given me here, it has been positively just amazing. It's been literally amazing. The spiritual development, the fellowships, the prayer circles, everything. It has been so powerful. And God was like, see, if I would have left you in Dalian, you wouldn't have been doing what you're doing now. If I would have definitely if he would have left me in Beijing or in Hangzhou, Lord have mercy, that Hangzhou chapter, good God. And he's like, I needed to get you to Guangzhou before your China chapter closes, because I need you to have the survival skills, spiritual survival skills. Y'all, are y'all hearing me? I need you to have the spiritual survival skills for what's about to happen next in your life. And there's a woman by the name of Apostle Nicole C. Bonds that if you attended the Mamas and Mentors conference, and if you listen to the episode of the podcast that I did last year about mentorship, you'll know who she is. But we reconnected just before I came here. But we connected on a completely different level. We connected on a big sis level, like I'm telling you. And we've never had the type of relationship that we have. And then I noticed that God started pulling in other big sister type love. I've always been the big sister. I've always been the big sister. But because of where I am in life right now, God started putting big sisters into my life. He started putting big sisters and mentors in my life. They're, who are in pastoral roles, who are in mentor roles, who are in, leadership roles. And I'm just like, okay, well, let's do this then. Whatever you about to do, Lord, let's do it. Because clearly you have the associations, the connections, the relationships already prepared. Who are you? Who are you so supposed to be connected to, but you can't get to them yet, or they can't come into your life because you still have other people occupying those spaces, or you're not allowing people to come into your life. You're still closed off. You're still guarded. You're still trying to. Who you blocking? Because you need them for the next chapter. When I tell you that chapters 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of China has helped me to develop the survival skills necessary for this next chapter of my life. Listen, all I'm saying is, y'all better watch. Y'all better watch. Y'all better watch. And it's breaking my heart because I see so many people from Facebook up here. And I just said last month that deleting, not deactivating, but deleting my Facebook. I'm deleting my Facebook in July. Because I really don't use it. I mean, I guess if you want to say, I use it by proxy through StreamYard, but also I started it such a long time ago. I did. I started Facebook when it was just for college students. But then I built the Dr. Charity TV page and all of those things. I built those back in 2016 and 2017, right before I took that trip all around the world in Europe. I went backpacking through Europe. And I built up a community. But y'all, when you try to hang on, to things that are no longer, producing, giving life, it's be like, why am I holding on to it? Why am I keeping it? Don't get me wrong. I'm still here on YouTube. I'm going to be doing more on Instagram, and I have my TikTok, which I just post prayers on TikTok. And y'all, let me tell you something. I started posting prayers on TikTok, and I started I only had like 98 followers, which was big for me. That was a big deal. I had 98 followers. And all of a sudden, like it was up to 400 something the last time I checked. People were just following because of the prayers, commenting. I had like one prayer video that went really crazy. And I was like, all I'm doing is posting prayers. I'm not standing up there like trying to converse and all of that stuff. I just post prayers. And I'll still be on LinkedIn, of course. But Facebook was the thing I was struggling with. I was like, I think it's time for me to let it go, completely delete it. I know some of you are like, but we're watching now. Yeah, but you don't come all the time though. You don't come all the time though. So I'm thinking about, I've already said I'm going to delete it. And maybe in a year or two, if I come back, it will be completely new. But trust me, when I come back, it ain't gonna be under the same type of atmosphere or don't have the same expectations whatsoever, because it's gonna be something totally different. Now, of course, you can still stay with me. Don't be sad. Don't be coming up here being sad, acting like you be on my lives all the time. Nope. I'll be looking for y'all on Facebook and y'all be gone. Y'all be watching other stuff on Facebook. So I'm deleting it in July. Okay, it's my birthday gift to myself. I'm deleting it in July. And whenever God tells me to bring it back or come back, then I will. But I will still be on YouTube. Y'all go ahead. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be on LinkedIn. Follow on all the others. I'm still there. Okay. It's it's the time difference. Well, y'all, I'm still gonna be in Asia. So trust me, I get it. But sometimes it's that, y'all, one of my other big sisters is here. She said, totally considered it. God said, shift the platform. Y'all, this is one of my other big sisters that I had to make room for. Pastor, soon to be Apostle Brandy Rojas. Let me tell you something. God connected us a long time ago. It's so important who you have in your life, in your space here. Huh? Yes, Tina, the time difference. She said, I catch you when I can. And I appreciate you even pop up on Instagram. Now, that's the thing for me. Tina's like, I'm going to find you. Tina's like, I'm going to find you. Tina comes and finds me on Instagram. She's there. And I love it. I do. I do. And the thing is, I do try to be consistent with the timing, of showing up at the same time for you all. I love you too. Trying to show up for, at the same time. And so that's the thing. So, but listen, Facebook is just one platform. In this chapter of my life, I'm just shifting. That's all. I'm shifting from Facebook. And it's been, you know how long I've teeter-tottered? Literally teeter-tottered with deleting my Facebook. I've deactivated it like once or twice, but I mean starting completely over. Y'all, I got people who I'm friends with on Facebook. I don't know them. This is what I'm talking about. She said, do what you have to do. We'll find you. This is what I'm saying. Do what you have to do and we'll find you. Let's see. Hey, my sister. Hey, Mike Yevelton, joining us from North Carolina. How you doing there? Good to see you on the live. Tina said, need to make sure I have you on YouTube. Listen, YouTube is going to be my primary focus. And of course, y'all don't forget, y'all know I do have drcharitytv.com. That's my actual blog. That's my actual website. And I don't ever want to be stuck to the place. He said, I be wanting to start over too. Listen, sometimes you just need a fresh start. Y'all, can I give you permission to start over? Y'all, let me tell you something. When you start over, hey, boo, when you start over, you are given permission to not care about what other people think. Now, y'all know I love y'all. I do. Ooh. However, in this next chapter, baby, I can't afford to consider somebody else's opinions first, especially the ones that don't pay my bills. The ones who don't sponsor my tickets for me to fly around the world. the ones who ain't, I can't afford to do that. And so while I would love to stay on Facebook, I'm not. July 1st, baby, is shutting down. And so you have time. What's today? Today is June 6th. You have time this is June 6th. From June 6th to July 1st, you have time to go and find me everywhere. Did you hear you heard the cultural role? Everywhere, huh? You have time to go find me, subscribe on YouTube. You have time to connect with me on LinkedIn. You have time to connect with me on Instagram, follow on Instagram, TikTok. You have time to go and be with me on my blog. It's just time for me to shut it down. How can you really truly open new doors when you still have, when you're still stuck in old rooms, old places? She said June 5th. And y'all, I've been coming to y'all from the future. She said it's June 5th here, 6th there. I've been coming to y'all from the future for a little while. So y'all should know I'm a bit ahead now. I'm a bit ahead. I am giving you I am giving you permission to start new. Start over. Don't be afraid of starting over. Can I just tell you that? Don't be afraid of starting over. Huh? Reggie laughing because I'm saying I'm coming from the future. I am. I'll be coming to y'all from the future. It's a beautiful Monday here. And I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about the mentality. Every time I come on and I do this Monday motivation and I'm saying, happy Monday. It's a new day. It's a beautiful day. Sometimes it's storming. It's raining outside. Sometimes it is hot as fire, but it's not about a beautiful day in the physical. It's about a beautiful day in the psychological. I'm here to help you get your minds right. Huh? I'm so happy. He said, I needed to hear this. I am so happy. I believe that the hardest part is when you have so many pages connected to your personal page, church page, ministry page, everything's connected. Let me tell you, I'm with you. I have my health and wellness page. I have my travel page. I got so many groups. I'm like, why am I in so many groups? Between now and July 1st, I have to go into each group. I actually have to get on Facebook and go into each group and extract all the information that I need, so that I won't be tempted to go back into a thing that God has called me out of. Okay. See, this is why Brandy L. Rojas doesn't need to be on my live stream because she be pulling. Why am I need to go and extract in this season? God has given me a grace period from now until July 1st to go into each one of those little rooms, huh? Go into each one of these groups in these little rooms and extract what I need so that once I shut it down on July 1st, I am not tempted to go back into spaces that he has pulled me out of. What space are you tempted to go back into that he's trying to put? Listen, she said it's extraction season. Goodbye. Goodbye. Obedience is better than sacrifice. And let me tell you, it's the sacrifice. You know, some people say, but I'm going to lose people. I'm going to lose relationships. Evangelist India Irie said that if it's meant for you, when you come back, you'll get it. I'm paraphrasing, okay? When it is time, listen, friendships are fine. I have friends from high school that are still somehow finding me to this day. We ain't talked since 2003. I don't even want to say how many years that is. It's almost 20 years. Good God, I said it. It's almost 20 years later. And they're finding me on social media. Honey, let me tell you, whoever is called to you, it's like a magnet. They will find you wherever you are. It's like it's like Kajo said, Kristen said, do what you need to do. We will find you. Whoever is truly called to you, whoever you are assigned to, baby, they will find you. Why do we act like, we can't start over because we don't know if who we will lose will ever come back into our lives? If it's meant for you, if they're meant for you, they'll find you or you'll find them. Somehow your paths will cross. So I'm telling you, because at one point I was like, well, I'm gonna let Instagram go too. And I got rebuked because I was like, I'm shutting it all down. Y'all, I'm shutting it all down. And then I had people who I didn't know actually connect with me on Instagram who, I posted, I said, I'm shutting down Facebook and Instagram. I posted on my WhatsApp. You can also connect with me on WhatsApp too. I said, I'm shutting it all down. I'm shutting down Facebook and Instagram, not YouTube, because my YouTube, thank you, Jesus, is monetized now. Y'all go ahead, help your girl out. Get me some extra views and subscribers. Let's keep this thing going, okay? That's an additional source of income. Thank the Lord. My site is also monetized. And I'm like, let me just go where the grace is. Let me go where the grace is. Facebook can be, oh, I love it. She said, who will you lose? But baby, who will you gain? I'm here for the gains. Woo! Can y'all type in the chat for me? I'm here for the gains. Because we always so focused on what we're losing, but we fail to realize that there is so much more to gain. Once you come out of this cocoon, honey, you have the survival skills you need, the strength that you need from the struggle, what you're going to gain, who you're going to gain. Listen, doors that are supposed to close, but the individuals keep bulldozing the doors open, then you shut the door. Matter of fact, just move. If a door won't close, if somebody keep bulldozing through your door, then you need to change doors. Tina says, I'm here for the gains. Why is it all the Facebook people right now? And let me tell you something, y'all, the enemy would have me to see all the interaction and the engagement. Oh, somebody needs to hear this. The enemy would have me to see all the people I love popping up right now. Huh? I'm here. Hey, Peggy. Lord D. Hey, Dolores. Y'all, now that booger right there, D, she is awesome. And thank you for everyone who's been sharing, because I know you've been sharing. I love you all so much. I'm here for the gains. Let me tell you something. The enemy would have me to see. Look at all of this Facebook. The enemy would have me to see all of this from Facebook and say, did God really tell you to shut it down? Huh? Judah for life, baby. Judah for life. Let me tell you something. The enemy, oh, y'all know where I'm going. The enemy would have me see all of this from Facebook. I'm finna throw my whole studio out the window. Look at this. Facebook, Facebook, Facebook from different people. Facebook, 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 literally Facebook. Because God don't want you to miss it. God cares so much about you that he doesn't want you to be like, well, what happened to Dr. Z? What happened to Charity? What happened? Where's she at? Oh my God, is she still around? Baby, I'm around. I'm just not in the wrong place. I'm just not in an old place anymore. I'm not in the old season anymore. Trust me, if he ever asked me to come back and I obey, you better believe that I'm coming back different. You won't find me the same way that I exit. That's the thing. Why do you leave a place and you come back the same way? I'm not here for that. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for it. The enemy would have me to see all of that and say, God ain't really tell you to shut down your Facebook. That's just you. You need to stay. Look at what you'll be missing out on. Don't allow the enemy to tempt you with perceived success, perceived engagement, perceived interaction to make you stay in a place that God no longer is providing for, that God no longer is smiling upon. She said, I literally said this week, I've been here for years and poured all I can pour. I feel like he's pulling me away from this platform. And it may be forever. It could be. She said, yes, it's popping tonight. I love my mama. Y'all, my mama tried to be so cool. She said, it's popping tonight, but God is just allowing them to know your transition happened. Huh? Chapter is closing, baby. The next chapter, and y'all, I miss my Periscope days. Huh? There is a shift. She said, coming back strong, stronger than you've ever been before. And that's the thing. My mom is dope, right? Y'all, I love my mama. Listen, when you try to stay, why are you not going to allow something new to happen? It's okay. It is okay. Please allow shift to happen. I have to make sure y'all hear that, okay? Because I don't want y'all to be saying, oh, she up there cussing. No, I said allow shift to happen. And it requires your input. It requires your obedience. So I'm obeying. And July 1st, y'all not going to see me up here no more, okay? Y'all not going to, but you will still see me on YouTube. You will still see me on LinkedIn. You'll still see me on Instagram. You'll still see me on TikTok. Y'all, listen a whole lot. I really wanted to shut down Instagram, but I realized I have millennials. I have young leaders as well, the generation under us millennials who they've been watching. They watch my IG stories, and I'd be like, but y'all ain't clicking on the likes and stuff. Come on. What? My posts? But you can't fight an algorithm. Let me just say, you can't fight an algorithm. Y'all, I be rebuking the spirit of algorithm. But they in my stories. And so I said, I'm going to shut it down. They said, please don't do it, doctor. I remember, Lord, I got rebuked so bad by this baby. He said, please don't do it, doctor. Don't do it. Because what you are producing, what you are sharing with us, we need it. Now, I'm talking about people not from America who's telling me this, from other countries. Y'all, be careful that you're not so busy looking for approval and interaction and engagement from one specific location that you fail to realize the need for you in other areas. Some of you might be on, and I hope I don't get blocked from Facebook. I'm not trying to tell people to leave Facebook, okay? I'm not trying to tell people to leave anything. I'm just saying this is what's happening with me, okay? But when he told me that, I said, okay, fine. I'll keep Instagram for a season. But because my Instagram is nice now, my aesthetics, I mean, it took some time to get it looking like that. But I said, I'll keep it for a season. And if it's time for me to let that go, once I let Facebook go, that's a huge thing for me, letting Facebook go. And I'm not talking about deactivated. I mean, complete deletion, letting it go. That's a big thing for me. And so over the next couple of weeks, you guys have the opportunity to stay connected, find ways to make sure you connect. And these Monday motivations, they're still going to be happening. My podcast, of course, still happening. And I'm thinking specifically about adding prayer back to, when we were doing our devotional on Periscope. I'm thinking about adding those back because y'all, prayer is that's my center. Okay, prayer is my center. It keeps me grounded. And one of the things about being here in China is, which, by the way, people think that you cannot openly practice your religion here. You can. There are communities and things. Of course, there are specific uh rules. Let's just say it like that, because I'm here. Okay, y'all not finna get me in trouble. There's specific rules and guidelines that you have to follow. Yeah, Kristen is one of the OGs from Periscope here, and Tina as well. There's specific rules and guidelines that we have to follow by. But I thank God because my next chapter, that's not an issue. I'm smiling too much. Stop smiling. Can I tell you? No, I can't tell you. Y'all just gonna have to go connect. Y'all just gonna have to go connect on all the other platforms so you can see what the next chapter look like. When I tell you that the Cocoon season is over. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I can't tell you much more. You're just gonna have to stay connected. You're gonna have to find me. You want to know how to find me? Here we go. Let me show you how to find me here. The Cocoon season is over. Just know, that's one way you can find me. That's one way you can find me. The Cocoon season is completely over. And I'm not crawling out of it. I'm not walking out of it. I am legit flying out of it. I am flying out of it. And it's one of the most unheard of things. I'm like, God, you sure you called me to this? Are you sure, God? Because look now, once you tell me, once you get an idea about something, and especially if you're like me, you're going to run with it. You are going to run with it. And if I've said this so many times, I said, God, I told my godmother, y'all know I was talking about my godmother, Tanya Goins. I told her last year, I said, 2022 is going to be a year of just complete trust. I said, it's going to be ridiculous trust. This was last year, 2021. Okay. I wasn't trying to make a prophetic declaration, y'all. Okay. I was just telling her what I felt in my spirit. I said, 2022 is going to be a year of just yes. It's my year of yes. And I said to her, I said, I'm just going to be saying yes to everything. I said, if it doesn't destroy my reputation, if it doesn't send me to jail, and if it doesn't send me to hell, I'm saying yes to it. I said, and if I happen to fail, okay, if I happen to fail, then that ain't on me. That's on God to clean up. Because all I did was say yes. I'm out here saying yes to a whole bunch of stuff, y'all. I'm just out here yesing everything. When I legit tell you, I'm out here saying yes. Okay, all right, yes. Yes. But if it doesn't sit well with my spirit, I'm like, no, I'm okay. But everything else, I'm just like, yes, yes, yes. Oh, God, you asked me to do what? Now say what again? Okay, let me pray and fast just to make sure I am hearing you about this. And yes, yes, yes. And I'm not afraid to fail. Woo! I'm not afraid of, how many times I failed in the past? You know how many times I've been evicted in the past? You know how many times I lost jobs in the past? You know how many times I lost cars in the past? You know how many times I survived struggle in the past to bring me to where I am now, today? Some of y'all need to remember what you've overcome from the past to get to where you are today. So you can just do it. Just launch out. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. My mama said, Isaiah 40:31, which I believe, they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. Is that right, Mama? Now, is that right? They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Is that the scripture, Mom? Listen, if I got that scripture right, then y'all know I'm ready. I'm ready for this here next chapter. Nothing beats a failure but a try. And I'm finna try. and keep on trying. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. I am so ready. I am so ready that the things that has been agitating me about China, it's just like I can't even hold it in no more. I'd be like, you know what? This is stupid. I literally have had to say, Charity, stop saying stuff that's stupid. Just aggravated here in this country. I love this country though, but I am aggravated and it is time to go. It is time to go. So I'm super excited about it. What you are struggling with right now, do not ask God to take this cup. Okay. Do not ask him, Lord, pass this cup. No, you need it. You need it so that you can develop the strength and the survival skills necessary for what's to come on the other side of the cocoon. Right now, and for those of you that's just chilling in the cocoon, you're like, I'm just chilling right now. I ain't even trying to get out. Okay, let me tell you, that was me. I was comfortable in my cocoon. And the thing is, if you don't start using those wings inside of the cocoon, if you don't start trying to push through, you're not going to have the strength you need to come out. Jesus. Y'all, let me tell you, that right there, somebody needed to hear that. I am who I am today because God used my mistakes. He worked them for my good like no one else ever could. It was necessary. Absolutely. Absolutely. Y'all, let me tell you something. I love you too, boo, from Zimbabwe. I love you. Pastor Brandy says, speak. Listen. If you are too comfortable in your cocoon, you are not using the wings that God gave you to build the strength and stamina that you need to come out. And if you stay in something too long because you are staying in, not because it's not time to get out. Some of y'all, you've been in your situation too long because of you. Now, God has already been like, look, I'm just trying to get you to flex your, can you flex your wings? I'm just trying to get you to flex your wings, build some strength so that you can break out of this. Some of us, God is giving you the keys to walk out. God is giving you the keys to break out, but you haven't done it yet because you waiting on a miracle when you are the miracle. You waiting on your change to come. You have to change for your change to come. Sorry if I'm yelling, but I'm not sorry. She said, oh boy, sorry, not sorry. Some of you sitting there waiting on, oh, I'm just waiting on my change to come. Baby, you are the change. We've been waiting on your change to come too. We've been waiting on your change to come too. Can you please hurry up and change? You too comfortable. That's what people were waiting on. They were waiting on me. They were waiting on me. A few years ago, when the shift really took place. One thing I will say about the pandemic and going back to the States and being there for 10 and a half months and then coming back to China, it was uncomfortable, but God knew I needed it. Because when I came back, I didn't come back as the same, I want to be average Charity that I left. When I came back, I definitely came back as Dr. Charity C. Campbell. You will know who I am, not because I told you my name, but because when you look at me, you know I'm not average. When you look at me, you know there's a difference. My students could tell a huge difference when I came back. They was like, she's not just an English teacher. Like she's not, people knew, clients were coming. Y'all, I started having clients, business clients. I started having VIP sessions. I started having so much more than just the standard, I'm just an expat here trying to, I'm just trying to explore. I had to be the change that I was waiting on. And when I became that, there was so much, the right people, the right mentees, the future leaders that I was assigned to who were waiting on me, they started having activations in them. They started getting fed with what they needed so that they could come out of their situations too. Listen, don't worry about trying to be the change when you are meant to be the change. Suffocation can happen when cramped to the cocoon. I want freedom. Listen, you stay in that cocoon too long. You can't breathe. You start, what happens when you start growing in a place that no longer has the capacity to contain you? This is why all of my stuff is supposed to be like 15, 20 minutes, because y'all start pulling. Who is pulling right now? Why? Why? Why are you pulling? What happens when your cocoon, your situation, your container no longer has the capacity to hold you, but you too big, you won't get out. You are about to suffocate yourself. You are about to why? Y'all, we got to go. Why y'all doing this? You are keeping yourself small for fear of what's on the other side. You are keeping yourself small. Okay, Peggy said, Lord help. Peggy, don't be pulling, Peggy. Why are you pulling on me like that? You are too big for where you are, but you're also too comfortable to flex your wings, to stretch those legs, to make a difference. I don't know, maybe you're afraid. I don't know, maybe you're confused because you're like, but God, this isn't how it started. Why would you want to stay how things started? Why would you want to stay in the same way this thing? No, let it go. Let it go and break forth. Flex your wings. Build up that strength so that you can break out of situations. You can break out of the thing that no longer has the capacity to contain you. Now, I'm not finna let y'all sit here and pull on me all day because it's 9:33. It's 9:33. And I have not done a Monday motivation that's been over 20 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes in a very long time. I don't think I've ever done it actually over an hour. So listen, again, don't ask God to take you out of the struggle before it's your time. You got to build up that resilience, build up the resiliency, build up your strength, build up whatever it is that you are supposed, the survival skills that you need to get out on the other side. And then on the flip side, for those of you who you just too stubborn to walk out of a situation, you just too stubborn to get out of the cocoon, be careful. Be careful that you don't get yourself caught in a situation to where your dreams, your goals, the vision that you have for your life, it becomes it dies because you haven't set it free. You're keeping them contained in your comfort zone, and the comfort zone no longer has the capacity to keep you. No, it no longer has the capacity to hold you. You got to let it go. Think you better let it go. Break out. Break out. Don't stay another moment. Don't stay another day in your comfort zone. Break out and do exactly what it is that God called you to do so you can be who we need you to be. Be the change that you are waiting on. Instead of waiting for a miracle, remember that you are the miracle. We're just waiting to see it happen. I love you all so much. If this has been good to you, go ahead, say something in the comments. I'm checking right now. I'm going to put your comments up here. Let me know. Say something to us. If you have enjoyed this, again, don't forget that you can connect with me on social media. Break out. Exactly. I love you. I love you. And I'm so glad that you all were here for the announcement of the shift, that we moving on up, moving on out. And she said, you are the best. I love you so much, sis. I love you so much. Absolutely amazing. Thank you. Thank you, big sis. Dolores Williams said, awesome. Love it. Keep making it happen. Thank you. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that so much. DeMonte Pridgeon? What? He said, I tried to bypass this, sis, but you sent for me today. Prophetic conviction. I didn't even know you was up here, bruh. Spartan Spirits, UNCG in the house. I didn't even know you were up here. He said, I tried to bypass this, but you sent for me today. All I did was show up. All I did was show up. I love you. Awesome word in my business. You know, Kristen, I'm just saying, boo. I wasn't trying to be. I don't even know your business like that. You know my saying. Jesus is a snitch, huh? He came for you and Demonte today. He came for you and Demonte today. Listen, make sure. I'm so happy that all of you were able to tune in. The shift is happening. My China chapter is closing because the cocoon, this place can no longer contain me. Um, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. And if you find me, then you will be able to stick with me and all that is about to happen in this next. Let me tell. When I say it's a lot. Be careful what you pray for, and be careful for all the compounding prayers. let me let me tell you, all them compounding prayers over the years. She said, I stopped watching Priscilla Shower to catch you, and I'm so glad I did. Mama, don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. Y'all, Mama, don't. I'm going to get you. I'm calling you after this. I love you. All the compounding prayers, all the affirmations, all the things that when you kept praying and praying and praying and asking God for it, crying and praying and fasting, and you be like, God, it ain't happened yet. It ain't happened. And then there's a season where you just be like, well, if it ain't happened, then it is what it is. I don't believe it no more. And then stuff start happening. You be like, wait, but I just said it won't go happen no more. He's like, yeah, but I won't listen to you now. I was listening to all the prayers that you had prayed before then. You know, the ones when you were fasting and praying and you were real serious and you was going in heavy with the Jesus on me. Yeah, those prayers, those are the ones I'm listening to. I'm not listening to you right now because you ain't in your right mind. Huh? I'm not listening to what you're saying right now, talking about it ain't never gonna happen and blah blah blah. He said, I'm not listening to that right now. I'm listening to all the ones when you were in your right mind. Those are the ones that I'm answering now. Y'all, y'all, let me tell you. Those old prayers that you think are no longer working, they about to show up. They coming knocking on your door and be like, I heard you gave up. I I heard you stop believing. But we here now. I mean, we sorry it took a little bit of time, but we here now. We ready. The things that you prayed for back then when you were in your right mind, they're about to show up. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you stay tuned because woo, it's a big one. It's a big one. It's a big doozy. All right, y'all. You know I love you so much. God bless you. And I'll catch you next Monday for our Monday motivation. We only got 3 more. So try to show up. 3 more. And then on Facebook, no more. Facebook is no more. I love you all. See you next time.